welcome to another tour of our dream home. I'm standing in the foyer looking at the great room, but the first thing I want to show to you all is this little dog nook, which is one of my favorite places in the entire house. Still some painting to be done. It's really nice and small, and one of the coolest things is it will have a power outlet in here so we can have cool lighting. Let's make our way to the kitchen. In the last video, the kitchen island wasn't here yet. None of the cabinets were here, but now we have a large cabinet wall to the left, the space for 2 fridges, and an oven to the right, plenty of storage. This is where the stove is going to be, the hood above. We're going to have like really cool LED lighting. Backsplash is the same as the countertop. It's currently covered in plastic so you can't see it, but that's the material that we're using for the counters in the kitchen. Kitchen island doesn't have a counter on it yet, but it will be installed next week. And over here, my least favorite part of the house. I mean, it will be one of my favorite parts when it's completed, but construction of this window has been a bit of a disaster. This is the 3rd time this wall is being rebuilt, because at first the window was in the wrong spot, then we discovered it's the wrong window, and now parts of that window opening mechanism are still in the mail. And so we're nearing the end of construction, and we still have an exterior wall that is not completed. Cabinetry currently not in the right spot, quite obviously, because over here, once that window is complete, we can build that nook, which is still also currently blocked. As for the rest of the great room, this is our TV wall. We're going to hang an 85-inch TV there. That'll be, background of the TV will be this nice porcelain countertop, which we put on the wall. And we will have these slats. We just started installing them today. I have those slats all the way. And at the top, there will be an LED light shining down on those slats to illuminate them a little bit. I also have LED behind the TV, which will make for a really cool effect. And over here there will be some shelving, cabinets on the floor, and we can store some tech. There is a conduit going from here to behind the TV, and so we can have, I don't know, gaming consoles maybe stored down here. And there will be also nice LED lighting on that wall, which you'll see in a later video. Now I'm on our terrace looking at the outdoor kitchen, which is currently under heavy construction. As you can see, that nice little ceiling treatment has been installed. We have a total of 8 skylights on the terrace, which will help with the light on the inside. Just like on the inside, we have a kitchen island, outdoor kitchen island here. Even though that one is actually a little bit bigger than the one on the inside. We went with the largest size we could get away with the slabs that we picked, and it turns out that this particular slab can actually be made a little bit larger, a little bit bigger than the one we had picked for the inside. Here is where our pizza oven is going to go, and to the left of it we'll have a little 2-burner cooktop, and even further to the left there will be a grill with some cabinetry below. And up here, two large range hoods, auto rated, which will help with the heat and whatnot. On the other side, towards the kitchen island, we'll have space for a refrigerator, and here we will have a really cool outdoor bar sink. Can't wait to try that. And over here, space for a little trash can. We have these 3 columns, left, middle, and right. This one is the middle column right here. Wired for LED lights on each one of those columns. The LED lights will illuminate the backyard, which will make for really cool effects if you sit in the backyard looking at the house. Over here there's a fireplace with a TV location above. I don't know if we're going to put into a TV anytime soon. Probably not in the first year, but we have wired for it because now it's time to do that. The reason why this is like half finished is because we have to put some heat protection on that heat pipe in there. I don't know if you can see that. There's some heat protection because if we have a TV mount right in front of that pipe from the fireplace, that can be a problem, so we have to insulate that. And the material is currently ordered and being shipped. Over here is our outdoor bathroom. It's a really cool bathroom. With nice cool tile on the wall. We have the same stone floor here as we have on the terrace. Cabinet and single vanity. Toilets are not installed, so I'm actually have to show those. And here's a view of the 20-foot sliding door. And here's a view of that missing sliding window. Yeah, hopefully that'll be resolved soon. One of the cool things about this terrace is there's going to be a doggy door here. And I don't know if it's going to be a reality, but there's this Kickstarter called Pawport. And they have this doggy door that automatically opens if a dog approaches. And they've been promising that they would ship for like over a year now. Nothing has happened, so I'm not holding my breath. I actually did not back that Kickstarter, but we did buy doggy doors that are compatible with that particular product so that we can retrofit it later. And since it's electronic, we have an outlet next to that doggy door and also the other doggy door that we have in the bathroom. I'm back in the great room and I'm looking at a hallway that leads to our downstairs guest bedroom. Before I go in there, there's a really cool feature underneath the stairwell, and it's our understair closet. And this is where all the window shade wires terminate. We have nothing set up yet to control those shades. We in fact have no shades installed yet, but we're going to do that at one of the first retrofits. And we have wired for shades on every exterior window except for in the bathrooms. Next stop is the bathroom for the downstairs guest room. The full bath with a zero entry shower. The idea is that if we have elderly family to visit, that they have a good way to get into the shower. Everything in this house is wheelchair compliant. All the hallways are enough size that you can push a wheelchair through. And so this shower is designed so that you can actually get in if you are in a wheelchair. Next up, the guest bedroom itself. This nice little fan on the ceiling. Actually not that low. As in all the places where it makes sense in the house, there's a location for TV. We have 3 Cat6 and we have 4 outlets. The reason we have 3 Cat6 is 1 data wire for an Apple TV, 1 redundant data wire for whatever wireless access point, maybe a Zigbee access point, or you name it. Could be whatever is necessary to install. And then the green marked one is for audio return, so that the audio signal from the TV inside of that room can go back to the AV closet, which I'll show you later in this video. And then to an amplifier up there, which then will go to speakers in the ceiling, which have not been installed yet, but have been wired for. There's a really spacious closet for this guest room, which is a nice touch in my opinion. And my previous tour, I talked about these ceiling outlets. They're installed now. None of them have power yet because not all the circuits are complete, and they will only install breakers once all the circuits are complete and tested. But this is where our presence sensors will go, which will basically tell our smart home brain if somebody's in the room. And if they're having their phone with them, it will even tell the smart home brain who it is. Next up, getting out of the guest room back into the hallway. We're in the foyer now, and to our left is the future elevator, which is not going to be an elevator anytime soon. But we have designed for an elevator shaft here. And for the time being, we're going to use this room and the room right above it as a closet until such a time when we decide that we want to have an elevator, which maybe 5 years from now or never, who knows. Opposite that room, there's a coat closet where we also have one of my favorite things in this that has been installed already. This is a Yo-Link automatic valve, which will allow us to have all of these leak sensors across the house, and they will then connect to this valve if there's a leak and make it shut automatically without any human intervention necessary. And we don't even have to have a working internet connection or Wi-Fi because they connect directly device to device, which is really cool. In front of me is our office. First to the left, we have a powder room that we're going to use while working. Really cool wood-looking tile. Nice lighting feature here. There will be a mirror right there, which obviously will be a mirror in the bathroom, but this will be a round mirror, which I believe will have light around it. We have a window here. And in that corner, there will be a toilet. But currently there's stuff in the way, so I can show you. Cool vanity with a couple of drawers. And that's the office. I'll show you in a different door, but there will be LED lights around the store. Hasn't been installed yet. We have pocket doors here, just like in many other places. This pocket door has glass in it, so you can see through it. It's really cool. You can see what's going on inside, which can be really useful for an office. I'll go into that room next. This is our office inside of an office. Right here, check out this cool navy blue. Obviously, this is not final. This is just the first coat on. But isn't that like a super awesome view over here to our front yard? By the way, this is a driveway loop that we're going to have here. The reason why we wanted to have a loop is we are campers and we have an Airstream travel trailer. We want to be able to turn it around on our property, so we can, when we drive in here, we can make a turn and then back it into our big RV garage, which is over there. But we will check this out later. Here, left and right, we'll have 2 workstations. A lot of power for computers and displays and you name it. 3 Cat 6 drops on each of the workstations. We'll have standing desks, 2 standing desks here, so we can work side by side. And over here, we have an additional 8 outlets This is because we're working with computer hardware a lot, and it'll help, testing different versions of the same device at the same time. And over here, we have a little fridge and a charging drawer, so we can charge the devices inside of the top drawer, and I think the bottoms of the storage. This is where a printer and a scanner will live, because even though it's 2024, we still have to deal with documents sometimes. And up here, in those cabinets, there will be even more hardware devices. There will be our continuous testing farm, where we can have devices that are continuously being tested, but they will be out of sight because we will virtually never have to access them. And finally, on this wall, there's a place for a TV mount, and again, 3 Cat 6 drops. This is not currently built out because we already have a slat wall on top of it, and only once it is installed, we can have the cables routed, and then the TV mount. It's a recessed TV mount that goes into the wall, have that installed, and then everything will look really cool really quickly, but right now it looks like a construction site. Finally, that room that I talked about earlier. This is the private office inside of an office, which is kind of like, you can think of as a phone booth, but really large. This is where we go when we both have a meeting. We can't sit next to each other. And so this is another place with, I don't know if you can see it here between all the equipment, probably not. There's, again, 3 Cat 6 drops, 8 outlets, and more outlets around the room. There's double drywall, you can see here, to help with the sound dampening. There's insulation inside of all 4 walls here to also help with that, and additionally you have an exterior wall rated door that will also help with making this room airtight, all in the name of soundproofing. It doesn't have to be, studio quality soundproofing, but if I'm in there having a meeting, it should drown out enough of my voice so that my wife can have her own meeting over here, or not understand every word I say. And finally, I wanted to talk about LED lights around the door frames. The idea is, this is currently on the wrong side, so this will be removed and put on the other side, but the idea is that we have an LED light strip that goes all the way around the door frame, and with whatever colors and animations we put there, we will signal if whoever is inside of the room is currently in a meeting, or currently in a focus block, or currently not in a meeting, or currently coding, or whatever it is. And so I imagine this on the outside of this room, obviously, not even having to go inside, you can see what's going on the inside. You can see if you have to be quiet when you come in, or if you can kick open the door and start yelling immediately. With a smart assistant that you're going to use called Home Assistant, this is very easy to implement, because it can know all about the do not disturb modes. It can know about if cameras are currently active on the computer and all that stuff, and then we can have it control the LED lights that will be on this door frame over here. And there will be another LED light on that other door frame, which I'm going to now, which is the other door frame that goes into the office, which is also framed out for an LED track. Speaking of LED tracks, I don't know if you see those earlier here. We have all kinds of LED tracks, and I'm not kidding when I'm saying we will have almost 700 linear feet of LED light strips in this house, which is objectively insane. All right, let's continue this tour in the mudroom. As we exit the 3-car garage, which is currently dark, and I don't know if I can actually show a lot of stuff in there, at least not right now. We'll have to open the garage door, which I currently have to do by hand because nothing's energized. But as we exit the garage, we enter the mudroom. It just has a crazy amount of storage. So to the left, there's going to be 4 dog crates on the floor for dogs to sit in and be gone. And above them, that we have, it's like a bit difficult to see, but we have 4 cabinets and 4 upper cabinets with just a ton of storage. In there, there's, I'll show you in the next tour, once all of this painting is finalized and all of this plastic is gone. But in there we have pull-out drawers, which is really, really cool to help with maximizing the efficiency of the storage. And over here, there is a sink somewhere. I'm having trouble identifying exactly where it is, but it's there underneath all that stuff here. And then a whole bunch of drawers. The idea of that sink is, this is where we will wash our dogs. I know that it's not technically a dog washing station, but our dogs are so tiny. They're like between 10 and 15 pounds. It should work for them. And here is another storage closet inside the mudroom where we have just like upper shelves built in. And so the reason in almost all of our closets, we only have upper shelves built in. The reason we're doing this is because we want to have pull-out alpha on casters, alpha drawers and casters, so we can move them out and move them back in and reorder them easily. This is a system that has worked for us in previous houses. Actually cool. Finally, can't really see it, but there is a radiant heater underneath the tile. And the idea is, if the dogs are hanging out in this room for a couple of hours and we're gone, we want this room to be nice and toasty so they're not going to be cold. This right here is the laundry room. Where we have, to the left, we have a clothing folding station, underneath of which there's enough space for 2 or 3 laundry hampers. Oh, there's probably just going to be 2 because on the left side, and there where we have wired for electrical, and we also have put in the drain line. This is where our automatic vacuum cleaner / mop will go. We're going with one that has an automatic drain system. It's a brand new development in 2024, I believe, maybe last year. And as soon as I heard of this, we told our builder, hey, we need to have this. So we last minute added this, like right when we were at the end of framing. We added this like real quick, so it wasn't difficult to do at that time. Over here we have wired for 2 washer dryer towers. This is basically like measured out for those LG wash towers. So you're gonna have 2 side by side. So you can do a whole lot of laundry at the same time. We're very lazy when it comes to laundry. We don't do it as often as we have to, but if we do, we don't have like 10 loads to do. So hopefully this will help a little bit with accelerating this process. Here's a sink for, whatever you need a sink for in a laundry room, I guess, pre-washing or whatnot. And over here we have like a little shelf, and there's task lighting going to be coming out of here, and we don't have an LED light strip to help illuminate that surface. And we'll have that at all the shelves. Also on the other side up here, there's another shelf with a cutout for an LED light strip. For all the LED light strips that you potentially actually can look at directly, we'll use what is called COB lights, which stands for chip on board. It's like a super high density LED light strip with up to 700 LED lights per meter. Here's a little broom closet for all the stuff, like maybe an ironing board and all the things you don't want to have sitting out that are related to laundry. Next, we'll enter the primary bedroom closet. And yeah, I mean, there's a really cool ceiling light. But other than that, there's really not a lot to see here at the moment because the closet is not actually going to be built out right away. We're going to put in some actual furniture here, see how we're going to use this place, and then, armed with a couple of months of knowledge of what we use or we don't use, we will then design the closet and have it built in here. The closet is directly connected to the primary bedroom, which we have painted in this really, really cool charcoal color. And look at that view. This is a sliding door that leads to the backyard. Currently, it's quite a bit of a drop. So for the time being, you can see that drop here. For the time being, we will probably not use that sliding door until such a time when we have that exterior either graded, or what's more likely to happen is that we're going to put a deck there. We have designs for a deck, but they're not finalized, so nothing has been fully decided yet and committed to. Here's a fireplace for the bedroom, which is going to be really cool for the romantic mood. And above that, we have a TV location. This TV location is pretty far up, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a TV mount that can actually lower down the TV. It's motorized and comes off the wall and then lowers down the TV. It's called a mantle mount, and we're going to have that installed. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait to show you that in another video once it's installed and working. Another room connected to the primary bedroom is the primary bathroom, which is a really, really cool design in my opinion. So first of all, most important, doggy door, which is where the dogs can have access to the backyard anytime. There's also an exterior door here. Again, you'll need a deck in order to be able to use any of that. So for the time being, next couple of months as we are starting to live here, this will all be closed and we will have barriers there, so we will comply with code. But as soon as possible, we'll have a deck installed here or any other solution. We'll see. And here is toilet stall number 1. That's right, we'll have 2 toilet stalls in the primary bathroom. This one has an attached linen closet. What are we gonna store? Yeah, bedroom linen, maybe, and overflow medicine cabinet stuff, and whatever else we can think of. Here's a double vanity situation. I had installed a counter a while ago and it was all wrong. Templated wrong, the sinks were in a completely wrong position, so we had to rip that out again and do it over, and that has been like 2 or 3 months ago, so any day now we'll have that counter here. Look really cool. Then we can have the plumbing fixtures installed, and then this is basically final, except we'll have upper cabinets also installed. They'll go around here. This was a late decision that we want to add those for above counter storage, stuff like toothbrush and pills and whatnot that we need every day. This here is the primary shower. I'm very, very excited about this. This is one of the coolest showers that I've ever seen, honestly, and not just because I'm biased, because I helped design it. It's also true. I've only really once seen a shower that comes close, which was on the YouTube channel What's Inside Family, in the house that we just sold. But So what do we have here? We have a total of 12 outlets here in a shower. So let's count. On each side, this is a shower made for 2 people. So on each side we have 2 calf sprayers, which are always on together, so they count as 1 outlet. We have 2 lower body spray, lower back, 2 upper back body sprayers, so that's 2 and 3. We have a handheld, that's 4. We have a above head, that's 5, and we have a rain shower, that's 6, and we have it on both sides, make 12. And additionally, down here, we have a steam outlet where we can use that as a steam shower. This will be airtight if we close the door, so it can be used as a steam shower. It's not the biggest shower in the world, but I think it makes a whole lot of sense for what it is. Over here we have shelves with the same thing on both sides. There will be LED lights in here, and I have some really cool LED lighting effects that I can't wait to show you later. And here there is wiring for a shower controller. This is a, I don't know, 4-inch touchscreen or so, bipolar, which allows us to turn on and off each one of the individual 12 outlets. Those 12 outlets are arranged in 2 temperature zones, so 2 people in the shower can have 2 different temperatures, which is really great because we can never agree on our temperature in our current house. And then finally, over here, the second toilet stall. Like nice shiplap. Here above there will be wallpaper, and as usual, ceiling outlet for presence detection. Oh, very, very cool, very important. Behind every toilet, we've wired for an outlet. The reason for that is so we can install heated toilet seats, or in this case, a bidet seat for this toilet stall and the other one. As I'm making my way back out of the bedroom through our hallway, I'm walking towards the pantry, or as it is also sometimes called, scullery, which is basically like a back room next to the kitchen for additional appliances and or prep area. And so we'll have a sink here, and the sink will be equipped with instant hot water, which means exactly what it sounds like. You open up the hot water valve and it's instantly boiling. Which would be great if you want to make yourself a cup of tea. You don't have to use a tea cup or anything. It's always there. Again, task lighting with an LED track here, which is going to look really cool. This is the backsplash that's going to be installed sometime this week. And over here is where our microwave is going to live. Down there we have another refrigerator and freezer drawer, which will be the place where we have microwavable food, because the microwave is right here. But also, since the coffee maker will live in here, this is where the milk and the cream and all that stuff will live. We'll also have a Vitamix in here, so frozen fruit is probably also going to be located here. I'm back in the great room, and I'm walking towards the left of the TV wall into the in-law suite. Right here to the left, we have a nice little drop zone with a bench. There's, you can't see that right now because it's under cardboard, but there's the zinc countertop that we're using. In the outdoor kitchen is what we're using here. So you can sit here and tie your shoes or something. Storage up here and shiplap behind, which looks really cool. Next up, the garage. Hang on, here we go. And today they installed these really cool truck steps so that we can actually get into the garage without having to jump off 18 inches. This garage is probably going to be used as a home gym. Can't wait to show you what I'm going to do with that once we are there. But in order for that to be a really cool place, we have this glass garage door to let all the light in that we can in the summer or during the day. Currently used as storage for all the trim, all the plumbing stuff, and windows and all that stuff, so really cool. Anyways, next to the rest of the in-law suite, this is the hallway that connects the in-law suite with the main part of the house. You can't see that right now because there's a drywall in front of it, but we have wired and plumbed for a washer dryer here, and we have also wired and plumbed for a little kitchen area here, which we call morning kitchen, but this is going to be at a later point. This is the main view of the in-law suite. To the left, we have a powder room, which is exactly the same layout as the outdoor powder room, except very different finishes. We have a really cool vanity. And over here is where the toilet is going to be. Here's the separate entrance for the in-law suite, so we can actually close the door in between, which is not installed yet. The door, you can close the door between the main house and the in-law suite and give whoever's living in the in-law suite privacy. There's a coat closet right here for people who come to visit, with a pocket door, as are most doors in this house, because they're really cool and saving space. Here's a little nook, which is where you can drop your keys. And this is the living room for the in-law suite. All of our appliances have been delivered a couple of days ago, so they all live here right now. Here's a wall that can be used as a little office nook, maybe, or extended seating area, I guess. And here's a double sliding door. Really cool and letting a lot of light in, even more light from the top here. And then another TV wall, because in-laws need to watch TV. Over here is where we have allowed for a kitchen area that can be installed at a later point. But for the time being, we're going to use it as a secondary office. This is why we have wired for a desk here, and we have actually wired for a different desk over here. I don't know how I'm going to use it. Both of those made sense to me, so I had a wire for both. There's traditionally like a little closet here, which means this could also be a bedroom. Like technically this property is permitted for 5 bedrooms, and this would be bedroom number 6, but yeah, permits are just about, yeah, what is officially a bedroom and not how it's being used. And finally, the last part of the in-law suite, but not the least, is the bedroom, which is also painted in the same charcoal color and has a really nice, very large window with a great view, tree line in the side yard, and of course, again, TV location here. In fact, in this room we actually have 2 TV locations, because we're probably going to use it as a cardio room. It's going to be a treadmill and a Peloton bike, and you name it, other cardio equipment, I guess, rower. And so you need to have, if you're in a gym, you need to have a TV, right? This is the in-law suite primary bathroom. Again, since it's designed for in-laws, 0 entry shower, and a nice bench seat so you can rest if you have to. All the showers in this house are using digital controls with thermostatic valves, which means the water is exactly the temperature as you set it, and the water temperature will not fluctuate on its own. It's really cool for comfort. There's a double vanity here. If you ever had to make this wheelchair accessible, we just cut out one half of it. Yeah, so that would be very easy to change. There's a toilet stall here, again with a pocket door. And yeah, don't worry, there will be hardware that allows whoever's on the inside to lock it. It's a fairly small toilet stall, not smaller than the ones in the primary bathroom though, about the same size. Not a lot to see here because toilets are not installed. And then the last part of the in-law suite is the spacious closet that we have for the primary bedroom for the in-law primary bedroom. We don't know exactly yet what we're going to do with it. Turn it into a sauna. Maybe you have a suggestion, leave it in the comments. I'm walking up the stairs now for the second floor. Up there is another guest bedroom and our hobby space. Check out this cool view. Isn't that nice? First up, let's check out this hallway bathroom. It's the only place where we have a bathtub in the house. We're not bathtub people, but occasionally it could be helpful to have one. Nice vanity. And a space for a toilet. And next up is the upstairs guest room. The same floor plan as the downstairs guest bedroom is in fact right above it. But this one's nicer because it has more windows. And additionally, it also has a larger closet. As usual, the location here. And yeah, let's check out that closet. Down here we have an access panel for the bathroom next door, which is where the bathtub is. In fact, this is the bathtub right there. And here you can see that thermostatic valve, which is the thing that makes sure that the mixture between cold and warm water is always as specified. Here's the ensuite for the upstairs guest bedroom. This one's not a zero entry shower. The idea is whoever is staying here and does not need that will get to be upstairs. Nice window, and again, we have an overhead shower, and we have a handheld over here, so a total of 2 ports in this shower. This is where the toilet's going to go, and here's a cool little vanity. And the hardware is already installed, which is really cool. This is the first room of our hobby space. Of course, again, TV location, a giant fan on the ceiling, like a really, really large room with gigantic windows. You think this one is big? This one's even bigger. We don't have a ton of view here because the window is 8 feet, starts at 8 feet. But this is all for a reason, because this is hobby space and You don't actually want to have the sun to shine into it too much during the day. It's a really generous closet. A nice walk-in closet with a lot of space. Two double doors. And here's a pocket door. Walk through to the next hobby space. These could technically be bedrooms, but we're not using them as such, but they could be. This room is even more spacious than the one before. There's a same fan. Up here, there's a really large door. We're going to have a dual barn door situation going on here. And from here, there's one of the nicest views in the house. You have simultaneously a view into the front yard here, and if you turn around, the largest window in the house with a really nice view of the backyard. As we go around here, next stop is the upstairs part of the elevator shaft. And again, nothing special, super simple, one ceiling light, and yeah, just enough space to put an elevator in here later, but for the time being, we'll use it as a closet. And to the right, we have a small powder room. There will be a toilet in this end. Here's a very small closet inside of it. Oh, there's something in the way. A small closet. The shelving all the way to the top. We have a single vanity with tons of storage. And I will go in this room in a moment. First, here's another nook with storage in the hallway. And now for the big, really big hobby space. Up here, another one of those big windows. And let me show you how large the space really is. So the space is divided into two, like basically equal-sized halves. This is where my hobby space will be. You'll see in later videos what I'm going to use it for. I have a lot of space for shelves here that I'm going to add at a later point. A lot of space here for counters. A lot of space in the center for the workspace. I'm gonna put a small, or not so small island here where I can work on my projects. And on the other side of this room, we have what we call a media room. This is where we will have a projector screen with an ultra short projector. What you see right at the leaning against the wall is a pegboard that is currently being stained for my AV closet. I'll show that to you guys later. But here you have it wired for two subwoofers, two speakers left and right, one speaker center, and we have wired for 3 speakers here, and for 2 more speakers there, and then for 2 speakers in the back, which is just insane. It's not what you would consider like a classical home theater, because we're not that much into the theater experience. We're more into, a casual viewing, but it will still be really awesome. And the view into the backyard, the front yard here, is just amazing. We'll have a little fridge here and a little ice maker, some counter space. There's a sink to the right, so this area can be used as a little cocktail bar. And we have shelves here with nice LED lighting that we're going to put in here for special effects. Then there's access to our roof deck. Unfortunately, This requires a key because the hardware is not installed and I don't have the key, so I can't get out there. But nothing really has changed since the last video, except that we have railings there now, which is really the only thing that they have done in the meantime. Adjacent to the hobby space, there's a big storage closet, and we have some special purpose shelf built here that are heavy duty, so they can hold a lot of material. And you have even more shelves around here. This is actually 2x4 shelves that is attached to the studs, so I could probably do pull-ups on this shelf without it falling apart. And last but definitely not least for the upstairs is the big closet, the brains of the house, the AV closet. It's very dark in here, so I hope you can see a little bit at least. I started building this rack. There's a video on this channel earlier, like I guess last week or so, where I did some work on this rack. Today, I wired the front. There's not a ton I can do at the moment because we don't have electricity in this room just yet. So I just did what I could to advance this a little bit further, and I cleaned up some of the cabling. We're coming close to the end of this tour. And in our 3-car garage, which in the meantime has gotten some epoxy flooring added to it. Over here, there's a door to the backyard that you can check out in a second. These are our electrical panels. They're smart electrical panels that are going to be connected to the network, so you can always see what the energy usage is. I will show all this stuff in a later video. One of the water heaters is here, and this is our access to the backyard. Everything, this type of fence is our property. A little bit behind that fence is also property. That little hill there, Phillips Park, basically to the tree line. And right next to the 3-car garage is our massive, crazy sized RV garage with extra echo. This comes with a 14-foot tall garage door, large enough for big rig RVs. At the moment, we don't actually have one of those. We do have an Airstream travel trailer that's 30 feet long and 10 feet tall, the tallest. But if you ever upgrade, you don't have to change the door. There's an extra wide doorway to the 3-car garage so we can carry stuff back and forth. And here is the final bathroom of this house. It's a little powder room in the RV garage. And the idea is, this is not really just going to be an RV garage. It's a little bit larger than necessary to hold an RV. And the idea is that nook here, that goes all around these 2 walls, is where I'm going to have my tools. So this is going to be my workshop, where I will do woodworking and all other kinds of projects that require high-powered, very loud tools. Will be in here. And so the idea is when I'm working and when I'm dirty, I don't have to walk all the way to the main house to go to the bathroom. Or if somebody is actually visiting here and we already have both guest rooms occupied, we can have them stay in our Airstream travel trailer, which is going to be around here. And then they have an extra real human-sized toilet that they can use over here, because the bathroom we have in our Airstream is pretty small. We have this garage wired for 50 amp output, which I think is going to be here. And so we can plug in our Airstream. We also have a little sewer so we can empty the tank, the sewer tank, if we don't find an opportunity to do it on a campsite. We don't have to worry about it, we can do it right here. And there are 2 exit doors to get out of here. This is also really helpful if you're actually a guest staying over inside of the trailer, inside of the garage. You can get out into the backyard here, which will look nicer than it is right now. Currently they're doing a lot of grading. And the other door goes towards the main house. It's right here. The last thing I want to do is walk around the entire house and show you the property a little bit more up close, but also show you the house up close. So let's start here, which is the side of the house. This is the side entrance. Here is the outside of the garage doors and the outside of the RV garage. Here you just go inside. But let me turn around here and show you the front yard. They just started the landscaping here, and we talked about the loop earlier. We have a lot of plans for the rest of this property that we're going to do in many, many different stages over the next years. And one of the first things we're going to do is build a walkway, basically like where the fence is right now, all around the property, so we can do very long walks. We have a lot of, we both work remotely, we have a lot of meetings with people, and one of the coolest way of having a meeting is a walking meeting. And you can do that over the phone if you have a good enough Wi-Fi signal, which is one of the things that I have to make sure we will have. It's a real quick thing. Next to each exterior door, we have wired both for Cat 6 and for like regular low voltage. And the idea is that we can mount any doorbell next to any exterior door. You might think, I don't need a doorbell in the RV garage. Isn't that crazy? You're right, that's crazy. But we both work with Internet of Things devices for a living and for hobby. And so we want to use this space to test devices from time to time. And so we have wired for the 2 standards on each. Well, PoE is one of them, and the other one is like old doorbell wiring for each of the doors, so we can test them at home. This is the backyard facing side of the garages. Here's our heavy-duty HVAC units for the house. We have 2 large ones and a smaller one. And in addition to that, there will be a separate HVAC unit for the AV closet upstairs. All this area will most likely be decking in the near to medium term future. But for now, we're going to leave it as is. This is our terrace as seen from the backyard. You can see all 8 skylights from here. And above that, all those extra large windows from upstairs. This here is the in-law suite. This is the exterior entrance of the in-law suite. And yeah, here's going to be a small driveway that'll lead to that in-law suite garage, as you can see in that left frame of the left side of the frame right now. And then I'm going to leave you with an impression of the backyard as I'm walking towards this fence, which, as I said before, is not actually the property line. The property line is where the trees start. But yeah, this has been fun, has been exciting so far. Maybe this video will give you an idea how much thought went into the design and decision making of a house like this one. And yeah, I don't know if I said in the previous video, we started this process in 2021. It's when we decided to buy this land and had our first conversation with our builders. And so it has been a long time coming. We broke ground beginning of 2023. Now it's the middle of 2024, so it has been a year and a half. We are hoping that we can move in within the next 6 weeks or so. We're definitely going to be kicked out of our rental end of June. So if necessary, we'll move into our travel trailer and sleep in that RV garage if we have to. But yeah, that is the second tour of the house. I will do another one once it's like officially move-in ready and finished. By the time I will probably have installed quite a bit of my smart home gear, which will hopefully give you guys some idea of where all this is going to go over the next year or so. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.